Good afternoon and welcome to TVM-News. Today is Friday, April 9th, 2021. I'm Emma Rushworth.
And I'm Ellen France. Today we'll tell you about Marywood's virtual open house.
We also have news about Capitol Police officers.
And we'll check in with TVM Sports anchors Cheyenne Amick and Eric Spivak.
Marywood will host a virtual session for anyone interested in the music program on Wednesday, April 21st at 7 p.m. This information session is free and highlights how Marywood is the only school in northeastern Pennsylvania to offer a bachelor's degree of music. To register for the session, go to marywood.edu/progs/ug/music-performance.
Students received an E2 campus alert Tuesday afternoon to avoid the lower pit parking area. Campus Safety and Dunmore Fire Department responded to a brush fire at the lower pit lot around 12:40 p.m. The fire was under control about an hour after the alert was sent out.
April is National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Marywood's Counseling and Development Center will be hosting events this month, including bingo, a showing of a documentary on college sexual assault, and an exhibit in the rotunda about the clothes worn by sexual assault survivors. Students are encouraged this month to wear teal to show support for sexual assault survivors.
Marywood served as an environmental justice community hub for various other universities and organizations across the state. On April 6th, the one-day Environmental Justice in Pennsylvania conference was held. This conference brought community members together to spread information on local environmental justice work and events with the focus of supporting ongoing cause.
Marywood junior Jason Holman received a prestigious scholarship for students in STEM. The mathematics and secondary education major received the Noyce Scholarship, which was recommended to him by Marywood mathematics and computer science professor Dr. Adhikari. The Noyce Scholarship provides opportunities for networking to recipients, such as organizing the math competition on campus and requiring the first 2 years post-grad to be teaching in underfunded schools.
Marywood's Pacers for Justice and Peace hosted a moment of solidarity on April 7th at noon. The purpose of the event was to show our Asian Pacific American brothers and sisters that the university community stands with them through all of the violence they are experiencing. The Pacers for Justice and Peace are asking the university to do their part in supporting the human rights and equality of Asian Pacific Americans. When we come back, we'll tell you about a historic Scranton mansion that is currently on the market.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months, after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw Black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better.
Truth can inspire change. Learn more at EJI.org.
Welcome back. Shots were fired at a Scranton apartment complex on Tuesday. 27-year-old Trevin Owens of Scranton faces charges of aggravated assault by the Scranton police. Police say he got into an argument with a man on Thunderbird Drive, and Owens then fired into an open window of the apartment. No one was hurt in the incident on Tuesday.
The State Department of Health has loosened COVID-19 restrictions. As of April 4th, bar service can return with no curfew for ordering drinks, and restaurants can serve drinks without having to serve food first. All restaurants, gyms, malls, theaters, and casinos can now hold up to 75% capacity, while indoor events can hold up to 25% capacity, and outdoor events can hold up to 50% capacity. Bar owners say this is the perfect time for the restrictions to be lifted because summer is right around the corner.
A historic mansion in Scranton's Greenridge area is on the market for a second time. 1701 North Washington Avenue, first built in 1895, is currently priced at $1 million. The 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom home was last sold in 1994. A well-recognized previous occupant of the home was the Crass family, who introduced Coca-Cola bottling to the area.
A church in the Poconos held a very different type of Easter service. On Easter Sunday, East Stroudsburg Presbyterian Church held a drive-in service in order to serve all of the members of their parish during the COVID-19 pandemic. Parishioners stayed in their cars in the church's parking lot and listened to the sermon via the car radio. This is not the first drive-in service the parish has hosted, and they will continue to host more until the end of the pandemic.
A man from Monroe County is in custody after a standoff with police on Wednesday morning. State troopers went to serve Thomas Cran of Jonas a warrant on felony charges when he threatened them. The standoff lasted from midnight until 5 a.m.
St. Francis Assisi Kitchen is now allowing their customers to eat inside again. The kitchen, which serves one meal to anyone who needs it every day from 11 a.m. to noon, has finally reopened their dining room for the first time since the start of the pandemic. The kitchen staff has been waiting for this to happen. A majority of the church's customers are homeless people who have been using the takeout option, and the kitchen staff is excited to see them again.
The Pennsylvania Department of Health recorded over 4,000 new COVID cases this past week. In addition to the new positive cases, the Pennsylvania Department of Health also recorded 48 deaths in the past 2 weeks, showing the death count decreased. Pennsylvania is taking a step in the COVID-free direction by recording 2.46 million fully vaccinated Pennsylvania natives. This means that 19% of Pennsylvania's population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
2 people are dead after a car crash in Luzerne County on April 3rd. 35-year-old Crystal Stash lost control of her 2020 Tesla while going around a curve. The car fell several hundred feet down an embankment. In the passenger seat was 28-year-old Henry H. Abrams. Stash was pronounced dead at the scene, while Abrams died later at the hospital. When we come back, we have information about a man who was arrested at the happiest place on earth.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Florida Representative Matt Gaetz has been accused of sex trafficking as the Justice Department probe continues. The Justice Department probe was opened under former Attorney General William Barr. Gaetz has refused to resign and claims the allegations are false and the result of partisan politics.
One Capitol police officer is dead and another injured after a man drove his car into a barricade outside the nation's capital on April 2nd. The deceased officer was revealed to be 18-year veteran of the force, Officer William Billy Evans. Evans died due to the injuries he sustained in the incident. The suspect in the incident, who also brandished a knife after crashing into the barricade, was shot by police.
Nike has suspended the endorsement of Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson after sexual assault allegations surfaced this year. Watson has been accused of sexual assault by several different women, and this has come to light as he enters into a tumultuous time in his career. Watson has been public about his desire to leave the Texans for another football team.
A man was arrested at Disney World in February for refusing to have his temperature taken. In recently released body camera footage, Louisiana native Kelly Sills, who claims to be a Disney stockholder, is heard arguing with Disney security who are asking him to leave. Sills says he cannot leave because he, quote, spent $15,000 on this trip. Sills has been arrested on charges of trespassing and has pleaded not guilty.
A Texas mother confessed to the murder of her 2 young daughters. Madison McDonald of Irving, Texas, called 911 from the police department lobby and confessed to killing 6-year-old Archer and 1-year-old Lillian. McDonald has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder, and officials are still looking for the motive in this case.
The murder trial of Jarek Chauvin, the Minneapolis police officer who knelt on George Floyd's neck and killed him last May, has entered its 2nd week. During the trial, it was revealed that Chauvin had knelt on Floyd's neck for a total of 9 minutes and 29 seconds instead of the presumed 8 minutes. The jury heard testimonies from everyone, including the longest-serving member of the Minneapolis police force, the young girl who recorded the viral video, and George Floyd's girlfriend.
Arkansas legislators overrode Governor Asa Hutchinson's veto to enact one of the most restrictive laws against transgender youth in the nation. Arkansas is now the first state to ban gender-affirming surgery for minors. Major medical organizations have come out against the bill, and the American Civil Liberties Union has announced plans to litigate against the bill's implementation into law.
Target has responded to an incident involving rats at one of their stores in Hampton, Virginia. A video posted online on March 17th shows 2 rats crawling on top of a shelf at Target. A spokesperson for the company says they have since stopped selling food at that location, and customers are encouraged to shop at the Target a few towns over for groceries instead. When we come back, we'll check in with TVM Sports anchors Cheyenne Amick and Eric Spivak.
COVID-19 has changed how we express our faith and gather to worship. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to spreading the word without spreading concern.
Before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now, get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Welcome back to TVM-News. Let's check in with Eric Spivak for the latest in Marywood sports.
Marywood-University golf athletes Abby Lame and James Tressler have been selected as Atlantic East Conference Women's Golfer of the Week and Atlantic East Men's Golf Weekly Honor Roll. Congratulations to these great golfers. Marywood baseball was defeated by Cabrini-University 10-3 on April 3rd. The Pacers were led by Jake Schuster, who hit a 2-home run in the 7th. Scott Becker also went 3-5 with 2 runs scored. Michael Temple and Shane Smith each contributed with doubles. Vinny Dauria also had 2 RBIs and a sac fly. Morgan Theobald, Max Slusher, and James Myers also had doubles for the Pacers. Marywood will be back on the field at Marywood-University Friday, April 16th at 3 p.m. Marywood women's track and field team secured 3 first-place finishes at Westchester University last weekend. Shay Smith won the triple jump of 10.47 meters, while Julia Van Horn won the 400-meter hurdles with a time of 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 54 milliseconds. Mariam Hamidi also raced the first place in the 400-meter open with a time of 1 minute, 3 seconds, and 76 milliseconds. Marywood's track and field teams will be traveling to Marywood-University Wednesday, April 14th for their next competition. That's all from Marywood Sports. Let's check in with sports anchor Cheyenne Amick for an update on professional sports. Cheyenne, what's new?
Well, Eric, Major League Baseball fans can expect to see this year's All-Star Game to be played at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado on July 13th. The MLB decided to pull the game from Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia in response to major voting changes signed into Georgia law by Republican Governor Brian Kemp on March 25th. Last time Coors Field hosted the All-Star Game was in 1998. The New York Yankees won at home 7-2 against the Baltimore Orioles on Tuesday. During that game, pitcher Garrett Cole struck out 13 batters and walked 0 in 7 scoreless innings. Cole now holds the record for the amount of strikeouts by any pitcher early in a game. Only 6 other pitchers in the league have double-digit strikeout records, and Cole is only the 6th pitcher in Yankee history to have 13 strikeouts and 0 walks. Baylor University's men's basketball team ended their perfect season by securing the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship on Monday at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is the first national title for the team, and they came out victorious by winning 86-70 against Gonzaga University. This is the Bears' first perfect season and comes after an unencouraging 3-week pause that Baylor had to endure due to COVID-19 protocols. That's all for sports this week. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Cheyenne. The German police are asking the public to keep a special eye out for escaped monkeys. Yesterday, 20 to 25 Barbary macaque monkeys escaped from a zoo located in Loffingen. The current construction going on at the zoo is the presumed cause, but police are still investigating. If any member of the German public spots a monkey, they are urged to keep a safe distance and call the police. Zookeepers say that the monkeys do not pose a threat to humans. I don't know what I would do if I was walking down the street and I saw a monkey.
That's the monkey business for sure.
I don't know what I would do. That's going to have to do it for this week's edition of TVM-News. From everyone at TV-Marywood, thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to follow TV-Marywood's YouTube page and like the TVM Facebook page to stay up to date on the latest happenings and to watch additional content. I'm Emma Rushworth.
And I'm Ellen Franz. We'll see you next week.